Right, ladies and gentlemen, and a couple of you daredevils out there and thrill seekers alike, welcome back to the 2020 Indy Awards. And yeah, we originally was gonna get Jackie Chan to be in that movie of Snow White and the Seven Samurai, but he's currently running a stunt academy and he didn't answer back any of our calls. So, who better than Finn Balor? And no, Maestro, not who's better than Canyon. Even though that's a good question to ask, though. Who is better than Canyon? But you know what, Maestro, before you get me any more distracted than I already am, speaking of stunts, folks, I think it's time for us to go into the third award for the night, which is none other than the Blacksmoke Billy Stunt of the Year. An award named after a man who proved and broke ground in the world of Grand Theft Auto and pulled off such amazing stunts that puts him in the same category such as Evel Knievel, Tony Hawk, or even Joe Chairman, who would say, "Yeah, I got skills. What are you gonna do about it?" So with that being said, Dan the Weatherman Stu, please read the nominees for this year's edition of the Blacksmoke Billy Stunt of the Year. And here are your nominees for this year's Stunt of the Year, baby! Mofro Rick with Cars Jump Over Buzzard! Is that a bird or a plane? No, it's neither, Dan the Weatherman Stu. It's actually a helicopter that Mofo Rick decided to jump over during the first take of an action movie that is still yet to be named. And even added in the case of that he didn't try to kill the guy in the helicopter, only to say, this time. So is it a movie of revenge, or just a thrill-seeking guy looking for just the next thrill to pull off? I think I'll have to go with both. Lyris Firefang with When You're Late for Work. I'm never late for work myself. First of all, Dan the Weatherman Stu, that's a lie because that's why the Tuesday night special's late every week. And secondly, yeah, this guy would get the help from the Batman himself to try to get to work on time and would be able to pull off, what, a 1460 and land in the parking lot perfectly like what, Maestro? Like a glove! Unlike anybody else was able to do this entire year, which was insane. Erkster with the hotel jump! Yep, Erkster here. Crazy guy who decided while traveling through the Grand Snore Desert to not only pull a nollie, which is a nose wheelie for those who never did BMX before, and decided to do a full-on moonsault over a hotel like it was nothing. And was able to clear it and land on both wheels like what, Maestro? Like a glove! All while wearing a suit. So ZZ Top would be proud of this stunt, along with the PR department and the doctors who are standing by, still giving it a thumbs up like the day they first saw it. Catbird KKR with his stunt, Jump the Police! That cop looked like he was scared. And yes, Dan the Weatherman Stu, that cop had fear in his eyes because this guy decided to jump on the back of an Impala, fly over a streetlight, and land directly on the cops that was trying to chase him down. For the cop to have the ultimate "I cannot believe it's not butter, I just won the sweepstakes for Publishing Clearinghouse" look on his face, and him to just go, we lost him. That's what he actually said. We lost him when he saw that car fly on his roof and embarrass him like that. And I would lose him too after that. I can't report that in. Kana 22 with their stunt, One, which is short for One Cool Jump. Yeah, Dan the Weatherman Stu, I would have to say the same thing. One cool jump. Because this guy would be able to jump into the air and actually high-five a wing of a Titan in mid-flight, for the pilot to actually jump out before it landed on the ground, and even to see the plane explode in the distance. It was like something out of an action movie, even though they just did one take for this stunt. And, little behind the scenes, that's the reason why they called it one, because it was one take to pull off this awesome stunt, which makes them number one too. And we're getting some word in from the committee right now that 2 stunts that was not included for the story of the year for this year is going to be included for the Blacksmoke Billy Stunt of the year. So Dan the Weatherman Stu, if you will, please read off the other 2 nominees. Wow, left field surprises here on the Indy Awards, folks. Who knew? Mitchie Brusco pulling off the first 1260 in American history at the X Games. Haha, what a spin! What a spin indeed. And the fact that this guy was able to pull off the 1260 at the same place where Tony Hawk was able to pull off the first 900, and in the same place where you would see Travis Pastrana pulling off the double backflip, and also the same place where you would see Shaun White pull off a 1080, proves to you fans at home that when the X Games come around, everybody steps up their game in the most extreme ways known possible, and this guy is no different. Samuel Kemp catches a cell phone on a roller coaster going 80 miles per hour. Now that's a thrill ride. That's a thrill ride indeed, Dan the Weatherman Stu, and the fact that this guy was able to catch this cell phone on one of the fastest roller coasters in Europe and one of the tallest roller coasters in Europe tells you how cool this guy is. And his answer and rebuttal of how he was able to catch this phone, he would say, yeah, I just caught it. You can't get any cooler than that. And as a matter of fact, this almost was up for the most interesting person in 2019, but it's a stunt, and it proves that he has skills, so it needs to be here. And with all those nominees read, Dan the Weatherman Stu, if you will, please read the winner of this year's Blacksmoke Billy Stunt of the year. And the winner of the Blacksmoke Billy Stunt of the year is, drumroll please, Samuel Kemp catches a cell phone during an 80 miles per hour roller coaster ride. Congratulations! Congratulations indeed, because he becomes the first person to ever win this award outside the world of Grand Theft Auto, and it's very impressive to see somebody do that. So yeah, not only he broke ground by catching a cell phone out of the air, but he also broke ground here at the Indy Awards. Pioneers we have here, folks. Pioneers. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back to the music, and when we return, we'll be back with the bone-breaking Golden Cast Award as the Indy Awards rolls along right after this. So don't lose your seat in the theater house just yet, folks, and stay tuned.